What is going on, guys? It's the Student Investor. In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about dividends. I'm going to be talking to you about dividends, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how much I got paid for the month of September and October. It's around 30 days, so I'm just adding the 2 months together. The month of October I haven't really finished off yet, so I have one more dividend payer left to go, but I got 9 different companies, including ETFs and just individual stocks that I own, paying me dividends, and I'm going to add them all up to show you exactly how much I got paid for the month. And guys, it's pretty exciting. The channel has been growing immensely. 121 subscribers. I started this channel around 4 or 5 months ago, so it looks like you guys are liking the content. Please like and also subscribe if you want to keep up with any content that I upload in the future. So if you guys are just following along with the channel for the first time or just watching this video for the first time, I'm going to be explaining a little bit about what a dividend is and exactly what type of investor I am. I am a long-term dividend growth investor, and what dividends means is basically, as a shareholder, you will get paid out a portions of a company's revenue just for investing in them, and they're obligated to do so long as they have growing revenues or they can maintain a steady dividend payout. So for that reason, I am a dividend growth investor. So what does the keyword growth mean? The reason why growth is tacked on at the end of there is because I only invest in dividend paying companies that are poised to grow over the years. So if there's a company or stock that I like and I want to invest in them, I go and look at their direction, I go and look at their business model, and I go think to myself, wow, will this business be around in 40 years? And if it will, how long will they be able to keep up this dividend, and if they can keep up the dividend? And the reason why I do so is because I want to invest in companies that will pay me more year over year just for holding them. So there's companies on this dividend list that actually pay more and more money to me every year because they're increasing that dividend payout as the years go on. And I do that for a reason. I do that because inflation is a problem. The cost of living is a problem. It goes up every year. So there's inflation. It kind of either stays stagnant, it goes down, but at the moment we are experiencing very, very high inflation. So that's why you may experience things like rent increases. The cost of living is quite expensive right now in a time where it really shouldn't be, but that I digress. And on top of that, I just want to see if I don't have to work until 60, and hopefully I can retire before that. So the formal definition for dividend growth investing is right here in front of me, and it goes as follows. It is a strategy. It is a simple strategy. You buy stocks that are paying dividends and have been growing those dividends for significant numbers of years. Dividend growth investing is all about paying up today for an income stream that will keep growing well into the future. And that is true. That is exactly my goal. I am a dividend investor. I'm a long-term investor, and I don't plan to use or take this money out in the near future unless there is an exception to that. Unless I find rental property that I would like to buy, then I'll take some of this cash out if it's sufficient enough to use it as a down payment and diversify my investments further and use that as a rental property. But moreover, I'm a dividend growth investor, and I am going to be breaking down exactly how much I got paid for the 30 days, and it's going to be quite exciting, so I can't wait to show you guys. Alright, right now we are in Robinhood, so we are looking at all the green in front of me, all of the different companies and ETF that paid me dividends throughout holding them, and I'm going to be adding up all the numbers for you, but I just want to show you exactly how many times I got paid dividends for the span of 30 days. There's this one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 that is pending, that's on the way. That's going to come October 29th. So that would be the 9th dividend payout that I would receive for like the 30 month span. So that's pretty crazy. And you guys don't have to sit here and add the numbers up. I'm going to be doing it for you, and it's going to show up on screen. But I've made $173.88 exactly. If you go and add up all the numbers, that's exactly how much I made, and that is quite a lot for somebody that does nothing. That is money that I could just sit, leave, and I go and invest it, and I don't have to worry about it because that's exactly how much I make. And that's pretty decent money. That's pretty decent passive money. So exactly how do you go about doing that? I'm 21 years old making passive income. So if you're in the same boat, or if you're young and you want to make this passive income and you're thinking to yourself, where should I start? I recommend you go and watch my 5 beginner tips for starting, or it's on my channel. So if you go and look into the channel, there's a video down there that I made like a couple months back. I think it was like 2 months back, 3 months back. And it's a video about tips and tricks that you could do to get started, and 5 beginner mistakes that you should avoid. So basically, if you avoid those 5 steps, you're going to be pretty well off in the market. But this is the power of Dividend, guys. This is going to help me. This is going to grow. And as I work, I could invest more money. And as I tend to grow my earnings, which I plan to do because I want to diversify into real estate, it's all going to be documented on the channel. So be sure you subscribe, because I want the viewer to take action. I want you guys to see this and understand and empathize with me that, you know, investing is it's truly a powerful thing, and everybody should be participating in the market. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50. If you have a goal, your money should be working for you, and the market is a great way to do that. And to prove to you guys that dividends are extremely powerful, here is a paper published by the F.I.R.E fund. It's going to be linked in the description, so if you guys want to check it out and go through the article, there's a lot of good data in here that supports the argument that dividend investing is a very good form of investing, and there's a bunch of analytics in here that you could go and check it out. If you're really investment savvy, you could go look at it, but for the normal investor, you don't really need to go look at it. It's not really that important. I just like reading this stuff. But to summarize this all, if you look right here, I'm going to be reading this out to you guys. So right here, let me highlight that, and let me also zoom in so it isn't too small on the screen. Dividends have played a significant role in the returns investors have received during the past 50 years. Going back to 1970, 84% of the total return of the S&P 500 index can be attributed to reinvested dividends and the power of compounding as illustrated in figure 1. So like I said, the reason why I personally invest in dividends is because these dividend payouts will grow year over year, and that is true for the S&P 500. And if you guys look at this chart, if you look at the amount of money is the gray line that you would invest in the S&P 500. So if you did this chart is looking through 50 years, so it's going to 1960 all the way to last year, 2020. And if you invested your money in the S&P 500 or in an ETF that tracked the S&P 500, if you didn't reinvest those dividends and you only went for capital appreciation or the equity that you would have returned from investing in them, you at the end of 50 years you would have around around $630,000, right? You could see that on screen. But with dividends reinvested year over year, that number is monstrous right now. It is if you reinvested your dividends throughout that entire time, you would have nearly $4 million. That is the power of dividend payouts and what that can do if you reinvest those dividends. Well, wow, $4 million would be really nice to have. And while being a millionaire is, I think, anyone's goal, I am amazed at exactly how much dividends can do for your portfolio. And when I read this, I was like, that's incredible. And that just is more concrete evidence as to why I will stay a dividend investor, and why I will encourage any new investor or any young investor to become a dividend investor, because you really have the time advantage. If you start today, if you open a brokerage account today and you go and look at all the dividend paying companies out there, and you pick very high quality companies that have growing earnings and that are here to stay throughout over the years, and you make a goal that in 25 years or in 30 years you are gonna constantly contribute to that portfolio, either $100, $200, $300, whatever you can afford, whatever that money is, you go and do so. You are going to see growth no matter what. And that is the power of investing. and that is the power of dividend investing, and is why I it's why I encourage my dad to do it, and it's why I encourage my friends to do it, and it's why I encourage you, the viewer, to do it. So guys, that is pretty crazy to think about, that that dividends alone could do that. But it begs the question as to, what is holding you back? What is exactly holding you back from investing in the market? I know the markets in today's time are scary. It's very volatile. Things go up, things go down. There's a lot of hype on the media. But if you just tune all of that out, I promise, if you stay disciplined, you are going to reap the benefits, and you are going to thank yourself later. That is the end of this video. I'm the student investor. Guys, remember to grow, make smart plays, never stop learning, and keep on investing. I also have merch. If you guys look in the description, there's an Amazon link to merch I created. So if you guys want to support me directly, I will highly appreciate it. If you guys buy one of my shirts, it helps out the channel, and it really does show that you guys care about my videos. That is the end of this video.